Hello everybody and welcome back to TTL. Round number 17 takes us to the Circuit of the Americas for the USA Grand Prix. My name is Kieran McGinley and joining us in a few moments will be Steph. He has a race ban for this race, so he'll be joining us in the commentary box for a little bit of punditry. He's not here right now. We shall hopefully get him in just a few minutes. In the meantime though, we shall run through the driver standings. And what's interesting to know is Blizzard leads the championship by 51 points, so the title could be decided here tonight if Blizzard wins this race and Darren Sinclair does not finish in the points. So that is one to look out for. In the meantime though, Blizzard 262, Darren Sinclair in second on 211, Lambo is in third on 203, Troy is in fourth on 183, Spike in fifth on 141, Siege is in sixth on 92, Squeezy Lemon in seventh on 69, Technique in eighth on 63, Maze in ninth on 61, The Gort is in 10th on 53. We have Lighty in 11th on 53, Steph in 12th on 42, Weed Nation 13th on 34, Poe is in 14th with 33, Ollie is in 15th with 25, Frank is in 16th on 24, Crazy Leg 17th on 22, Fletcher is in 18th on 15, Alan K 19th on 11, Humbug is 20th on 8 points, Plaster is 21st on 3 points, Pesos and Sean tied 22nd on 2 points, Blood and Sand and Z3 tied on 1 point. Joint 24th. In the constructors table then, Haas lead the way at the top of the table on 280, Williams are second on 263, Sauber are third with 244, Force India in fourth on 237. All of them have a chance of winning the Constructors' Championship. McLaren though are in fifth on 167, Red Bull in sixth on 144, Mercedes are in seventh on 113, Ferrari are eighth on 82, Renault are in ninth on 53, and Toro Rosso are at the bottom of the table with 30 points. And the Circuit of the Americas then, 20 corners around this highly technical track with a load of high-speed straights, takes us 5.5 kilometres around this Texan circuit. We're going to be racing around about 154.2 kilometres, and the lap record, the real-life lap record I should say, was a 137.766, which was set by Sebastian Vettel in 2017. We are going to be racing, I believe, 28 laps around this track, which first appeared on the calendar in 2012. So we have two DRS zones, one down the long back straight between turns 11 and turn 12, and then the second DRS straight is between turn 20 and turn 1 along that start finish straight. Your best chance of overtaking, well, turn 1 as it goes all the way uphill, reaching a peak of 157.4 metres. It helps with your brake zone as you go up the hill towards the first turn. It's a real hairpin, and if you can try and get it up the inside and get a better exit, you can be ahead by turn 2. Flowing through into turns 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, always very tricky, especially if you're following a car. You're going to find it very tough to even follow the car in front. Heading down into turn 11, a great overtaking opportunity. Stay behind the car, heading towards the DRS detection zone between turn 10 and 11, and try and make your way past them down the straight. Or you could try and dive it up the inside. The latter sounds better because you've got that straight line speed. Into turn 12, expect a lot of moves to be made here as well. Just after the DRS zone, we shall see a few overtakes there. Heading into turn 13, 14 and 15. Well, into turn 13 and 15 you could expect to see some cars trying to launch it up the inside as we head around turn 16, 17 and 18. Of course, infamously Max Verstappen getting that 5-second stop-go penalty last season for cutting the chicane in a race that was very lenient on cutting the track anyway. As we head through turns 19 and 20, not very many overtaking opportunities in the third sector there, but we will see what will happen during this race. It has a hint of Silverstone with the straight line speeds and the straights of Belgium. And we'll see here always a favoured track by many in this F1 community, especially if you have a wheel. You can be so precise and so consistent as you head through, especially through that first sector. We will see what the guys can do today. So all the pleasantries are done. Hello Z3, glad to have you on board. Focus on the race. Let's get you some more points on the table. Of course, Z3 scoring the only point of his championship when I wasn't here. And this sounds like the pundit of the evening, Steph. Steph, how are you?
Oh, not too bad, Kieran. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Steph. I'm your specialised commentator for tonight on this one-off occasion.
One off, yeah. Don't tell him you have a race band, Steph, eh?
Well done. Drop me in it. Why don't you? Why don't you drop me in it?
Oh, apparently, according to Z3, Blizzard's on a wheel today. Well, of course, I suppose that's going to take into an account then. We'll see how quick he is on a wheel, Steph.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I know what he's like on the pad. He does literally go all out, mainly at the front, setting up those fastest lap times.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do remember one point in the season though when I stole the fastest lap off him on that one particular race.
Yeah, I bet he was impressed with that, wasn't he?
Oh, he was. He was. The mood was. Let's say the mood was good.
The mood was good. There you go.
Yeah, the mood was good.
So, talk to me, Steph. Are you gutted to be missing this race?
Oh, I'm gutted to miss this race. You know, this track I really love. Really good performance, even good qualifying performances as well.
And what is about this track you love?
Oh, it's just the way it flows and its nature on it. The corners literally remind you of certain parts of each racetrack's Canada's and all that stuff. So, like the first sector reminds you of a bit like turn 1, like Austria, but going in the other direction. And then going like 3, 4, 5, 6 pretty much reminds me of like Maggots and Beckett's of Silverstone. And obviously like sector 2 just reminds you of like the Long Massive Straight off Camel Straight in Belgium. And then sector 3, I'll say sector 3 has its mixtures of a little bit of Brazil, obviously with the bigger hairpins just at the sector 2 lines. Obviously the long right-hander, trying to figure out the long right-hander of like China just going onto the back straight, and then in the other corners just literally just play with it. So honestly, it is a really good amazing track.
Yeah, it seems like it's got a bit of everything, all those straights, all those flowing corners, especially through that first sector. Kind of reminded you, like you said, of Silverstone, with Maggots and Beckett's. But yeah, no corner names around this track, they're all just numbers, which is a little bit... Well, I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
Oh, I know what you could be like getting corner names. I'm like, Kieran, that's yeah, that's a maybe different part of the track.
Look, I get corner numbers mixed up. Let's not extend it to names.
Oh, it's all good, mate. It's all good. Don't worry.
So
but,
obviously,
good thing about this track, if you literally get yourself like prepped up with a tyre warm up and everything like that. Get yourself good space, focus on each apex and corners, you can have a blinding lap time.
Absolutely. And what do you think of the chances of Blizzard wrapping up the championship tonight?
Depends on the case of Darren Sinclair, because obviously Darren needs to get a good decent result here and hoping for Blizzard to not score any points or having any problems to keep the championship alive. But if Darren has a DNF, pretty much handed as a gift to Blizzard. But like I said, Kieran, anything can happen in Formula 1 and it generally does.
Absolutely right. Well, we're heading into qualifying, and of course I've got to skip this little bit of an intro part because obviously FOM love to pick up on that.
Oh yeah, they do. They love every moment of it. It's a bit like the FIA.
Oh, absolutely.
They like to pick up everything.
Apart from last year, of course, when they gave Max Verstappen that penalty.
Yes.
The less said about that, though, the better. We don't want to open that can of worms. Qualifying then. Who's your money on, Steph?
Ooh, qualifying. Oh, let's have a look. There's a good decent names on there, good decent drivers. I reckon Spike.
You think Spike?
I reckon Spike, yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if your prediction is right, Steph. Heading into qualifying then, looks like we've got a car leaving the pits. That is a Haas. Is that Darren Sinclair? Well, Darren Sinclair is leaving. It's his teammate ahead of him.
It's Squeezy.
So Squeezy then first out on track. Interesting, Steph, that Blood and Sand going on to a set of super soft tyres, or at least teasing us with, as is Ollie, as it's just flipped over. Your thoughts on that?
Going on the super soft tyres, you know, be actually ideal really because you can fit into 2 different types of strategies. Obviously, the people on the super softs definitely aiming for the one stop, and obviously you go further in the race. Obviously, everyone else on ultras, they obviously see where they can go from there, and obviously to extend the one stop, but it can be very tricky at the end.
Absolutely. Well, riding on board with Blizzard right now, he is currently a ghost, so he might be in the pause menu. But yeah, obviously racing on a wheel tonight. Is it worth it there? Is it preparing for next season, or is it?
I reckon it's preparing for next season.
Yeah, of course we have a different format for next season, Steph. We won't talk about it too much until we get to the end of this one. But yeah. Trouble there because he's just come back in and taken control of his car again. But we're going to ride on board with Squeezy for his lap. He's going to be the first one to set a lap in his Haas. And well, Steph, Haas have been pretty consistent at the top of the table this season. Do you fancy them taking the constructors home?
If they keep carrying on with good, decent results, mate, they hopefully they can take the constructors. But obviously, Darren and Squeezy looks like a good partnership in points, so see how it goes.
Absolutely, with Williams chasing them as well as Sauber. The 2 German Saubers, I think, have been one of the most consistent pairings this season. I don't know about you,
Brilliant.
Steph.
They've been brilliant teammates. They've both been like helping each other with their setups and everything, focusing like getting roughly the same lap times and getting out right pace.
Absolutely. So let us jump back on board with Squeezy Lemon as I try and find him. Again, Codemasters, a white cursor against a black background is ideal, but against a blue sky, that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. He's going on to the back of the DRS straights.
Absolutely.
Not too bad.
Heading out of that turn 11 there, where we're probably going to see a lot of overtaking through there, Steph.
Overtaking before the DRS and overtaking at the end of it.
What would you go for, before or after?
The focus is like getting your run out on the exit before getting into the DRS, and then try and tack into the corner.
Here we go then.
It'd be like, depends on really the situation of the driver in front.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, well, the Circuit of the Americas is where the interleague battle happened. If you remember that one, Steph, I'm sure you have good memories of that one.
Oh, I have good memories. With against SFR. Qualifying weren't too bad. Literally, well, I started up near the back, but got off a brilliant start of the line and got to decent results. And so I got hit by one of my league drivers. On that occasion. I won't say his name because he's racing in there tonight.
Well, that's down to 17 drivers it could be. Anyway, Darren Sinclair set a 133.2. Lambo here has set a 133.4. Good lap from him. Blizzard 133.5. Squeezy Lemon 134.2. Poe 135.2. We had Technique Game in there 133.6. Who have we got left? Traw there 133.9. Spike, your man for pole, Steph, goes P6, 134.1.
I reckon she's putting a banker in for now. I reckon, you know he does.
Lighty 134.3. Ollie on the set of super soft tyres 135.1. Poe is 10th 135.2. Alan K 135.2. Plaster 136.0. Z3 136.1 from him. And Blood and Sand also on a set of super soft tyres coming through there. The Gort is heading towards the line now. A little bit of oversteer on the exit, and it's a lap time that doesn't count.
Blood and Sands has got front wing damage on the front right.
Oh, I wonder where he picked that up then. Might have hit the wall somewhere, because we didn't see any collision or anything like that.
Or no yellow flags. He must have just went off quickly and came rebounding back on.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Ain't gonna do super soft any good.
No, absolutely not. Yellow flag set to 2. Who could that be?
Might be for Lighty yielding on the back straight.
Yeah, you could be right there. So at the moment then, 13 drivers have set a lap time then, and Maze and Siege typically leaving it late. They only like to go for one run.
At the moment, Gort's on the lap at the moment. Siege is obviously in the pace.
Yeah, the Gort's already set the lap time, but it was invalidated. He's already 2/10.
Oh god, don't bad on.
Breaking.
No, the Gort's has come through, but I can hear you, it's crackling. The Gort's decided to,
Oh, I'll tell you what,
drop the back end.
I'll tell you what, my internet is not it's not looking good right now. But the Gort.
By any chance?
What's that? Sorry.
You're using next door's internet.
Anyway, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Obviously, with the stream, if you do suffer any difficulties, obviously drop it down to 480p for temporarily. Normally that does kick the problem out, but obviously it's big red bad. I wonder. It does, yes. That's exactly what's come up.
Lovely.
It just says bad. Stream state is bad. So yeah, it's completely on my end. So
CG is going to go out. Looks like on Supersofts any time now.
Oh, good. I've just had the notification. The internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. Oh, lovely.
That's all right.
This is going to be a fun race.
It'll be all good.
I hope so. It's back up to okay, so we shall see. We shall see.
Touch wood, mate. Touch wood. We'll be okay.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Blood and Sands is gone out of that one is out that again. One the Super Softs is going to try to do. CG. Hopefully he should be going out on Super Softs. Darren's also going back out again. He doesn't feel like his P1 time doesn't look like strong enough.
Well, the weather forecast did say that it was supposed to get a little bit more sunny as qualifying went on. So
sorry, Karen. Blood and Sands has just spun it around sector 3, second to last.
Yeah, he has indeed. So that is well. Luckily, that's his out lap. So he might be able to.
Won't do any tyres good.
Not at all. But luckily, that wasn't his flying lap. So he will get another chance at slightly overheated tyres and slightly more worn tyres than he'd like. But off he goes onto his lap.
Indeed.
We've got Mays as well out there on I think this is his second out lap. I think he was on a lap before, but
might be like he's busy part of the track ahead of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I'm
seeing. Yeah, I am seeing more and more drivers try 2 out laps in this series. Well, let's see whether Darren Sinclair does 2 out laps or whether he's going to go for it on this lap. It seems like Steffi's going to go for it.
Certain tracks, you know, probably requires like another 2 laps just to get a good ultimate time. But I just normally generally do a gentle out lap, and then once getting into sector 3, light up the sides a little bit to optimal temperature, and then go for just the 1 lap.
Yeah, well, it looks like. Sorry to interrupt you, Steph. Just looks like Darren Sinclair there is on a second out lap, so just confirming that. Then the Gort, will he have time for another out lap? Let's see what he does then as he pushes.
Darren will probably get 1 lap out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got time on his side at the moment. We've got Spike on his out lap right now, going for the one and only. Traw's coming towards the line to start his flying lap in the in one of the German Saubers. We've got Blizzard also out there starting his lap as he heads towards turn 1. That is, I believe that is his teammate behind him. It is indeed. That's Z3 behind him. Has got a Force India exiting the pits.
T-Raw's gone. T-Raw's gone out of exit. Turn 1. Drop the back end.
Well, Traw then out of qualifying. Yeah, as you said. Did he catch it on that curb then? That is not good for Traw then.
He went over the crest, and obviously light up his wheels and rear wheels, and that's it. Round she goes, hit the wall.
Well, Blood and Sand also retired from the session, didn't like his lap, so decided it wasn't worth continuing. Darren Sinclair is on his proper flying lap. Oh, that's Blizzard off. Blizzard is off.
Ooh.
So the championship leader is off. That's coming towards turn 11.
Yeah, just before the race straight.
Absolutely. Technique, by the way, goes top of the table. 133.1.
Let's see what Darren holds. He's obviously thinking that's safe.
Absolutely. Well,
Darren's got. Currently, Darren is up by 10th. So keeping eyes on him.
Absolutely. Spike heading through turn 11 now, and on the exit, does he get that right? Looks like it, but he's still trying to warm up his tyres. Now with 16 seconds to go, I think he's abandoned.
Yeah.
So we have Darren Sinclair then heading towards turn 12. We've got Lambo now heading through turn 1. Just about made his lap there. Squeezy Lemon retiring from the session. He's crashed out as well.
Ooh.
That's coming through the S's, so he must have dropped it.
You can easily drop it around that section if you're not lined up corners correctly.
Well, Spike is heading around, and obviously he's not happy with his lap. He's upshifting very early, and yeah, here he comes towards the pits then. So Darren Sinclair, meanwhile, is coming around the final corner. This should be advantage. Darren Sinclair, he comes towards the line. Can he improve? Yes, he can. 132.7. Absolutely. Let's have a look at Lambo then, as he heads towards turn 12. We've got Blizzard out there limping towards the pits. And is it going to get worse for him? We'll have to wait and see. The Gore is in 9th place, by the way. Alan Kay on a flying lap. He's currently in 10th place. Ollie out there in 11th. We've also got Siege out there as well, as Spike retires from the session in the pit lane. Mays is out there for his one and only lap. Let's have a look at Lambo here as he flies towards turn 18 now, up towards turn 19. He should have his lap time still valid after that running wide there. Pushing now towards the line, and it's a 133.3, so can't quite do enough to improve his position, but he does improve his time.
But improves himself by getting in front of Blizzard. That could be vital.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, the Gort has backed out of his lap. Alan Kay in the end qualified 11th. Siege qualifying in 9th there. Absolutely.
Qualified 11th. Adams in 11th. Gort's gone into the pits. He decides 10th's okay.
And that's it. That's qualifying over then. So Darren Sinclair will take pole position with the championship leader, Blizzard, in 4th place. Steph, this shapes up for a good race then.
Oh, this will be very, very interesting. But looking at it, was it top 6? Like Darren, Technique, Lambo, Blizzard, T-Raw, Spike. They'll be literally going all out. Obviously for Darren, is his, you know, that's his advantage. He wanted to be at the front and obviously save his championship, hoping that Blizzard has troubles with the guys behind Darren.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's done the right way about it in qualifying, but you could say that's only half the job done. So Darren Sinclair will be starting on pole position. Let's have a look at some of them whilst we're still here. Siege just qualified in 9th there on a set of super soft tyres. So that is going to be a very interesting move from him then. Could you make it to the end on super softs and softs?
You can go super soft softs, super soft ultras.
Could you really make the ultra softs?
Wow, so if you go to Option Shop, it's 2-stop. But if you go softs, you can make it to the end easy.
So then, we'll have our official results for qualifying then. With Darren Sinclair on pole position. Technique is in 2nd, Lambo 3rd, Blizzard 4th, Traw in 5th, Spike 6th, Squeezy 7th, Lighty 8th, Siege in 9th, The Gort in 10th, Alan in 11th, Maze in 12th, 13th is Ollie, Pose in 14th, Blaster 15th, Z3 16th, and Blood and Sand didn't get a set of time. He'll be starting from P17.
All those people in the qualified 11th downwards, obviously you can choose any sets of tyres I want. Preferably, I reckon most of them will probably go on super softs, or even softs even, see how far they can get in upset the front.
Yeah, you could do that. We'll have to wait and see though. Obviously we have to get rid of that as we head into the race then. Onto our formation lap, and well, Steph, Lewis Hamilton currently holds the record on most wins at the USA Grand Prix with 6 wins. Who's the most successful constructor?
The most successful constructor was obviously on this particular track, I would say...
Oh, this isn't just the track. This isn't just this track. It's the entire US Grand Prix, excluding Indy.
US Grand Prix. Oh, okie dokie.
Shall I put you out of your misery?
Go on, put me
Yeah,
on misery.
it's Ferrari with 9 wins.
Oh, I was literally thinking it could be Ferrari, but obviously my mind's all bubbled. Like, it was between like Ferrari and McLaren, but then yeah.
Absolutely. Well, as we head onto the formation lap now, Darren Sinclair is going to lead the field around for the parade lap. And let's have a look at the tyre strategy. So, like you said, anyone outside the top 10 gets a choice of tyre, free choice of tyre. Interestingly, though, Alan and Mace have gone for the soft tyre. Everyone else behind them, so that's Ollie, Poe, Plaster, Z3, and Blood and Sand, all gone for the super soft tyre. So, what's the strategy thinking there for those drivers?
For Alan and Maze, they're going to go for like the long distance, and then hopefully, see they get to like lap 18, 19, pit for a set of ultras, and then go from there. For the V4 and super softs, they're aiming to get like a piece like halfway and a bit set of softs on, and then still push on, or depending on how bad the rates they're going, you can just go for go for ultras and try to get further aggressive. But 2-stop around here, not exactly ideally quick, but it can be prove favours if you're on a low fuel tank near the end though, so depends on your strategy. Soft, super softs you can probably get away with. Obviously people at the front, they've got to try and see how long they can stretch those ultras out.
And Darren Sinclair making his way through those right-handers. He'll be hoping here to try and... Yeah, he'll be trying to get away from the field for sure. And as we head towards the final corner, he's lighting those tyres up as everybody else is behind them. Technique qualifying in second, by the way. Great result for him. Lambo in third. Blizzard and Traw on the grid in 4th and 5th. Spike in 6th. He'll be looking to try and scythe his way through the field. Squeezy Lemon crashing out in qualifying. Let's hope that's not affected his confidence too much. The other German Sauber of Lighty is in 8th. Watch out for Siege in 9th, trying to run that alternate strategy as we head for round 17 of TTL. Strap yourselves in. This one is going to be a good one.
It looks very interesting. Let's just watch Turn 1, see what goes from there.
Absolutely. Of course, TTL is sponsored by Fatal Grips. Make sure you visit them and use the code TTL F1 for a 10% discount. But meanwhile then, here we are for the USA Grand Prix. 5 red lights.
Oh, we've got drive-through penalty for Blood and Sands for jumping at the start.
Well, round 17 is underway, and what are the starts like? Looks like Darren Sinclair's got a good start. Look at Spike on the inside there. Is Technique going to try and move up the inside? No, he doesn't. That is Blood and Sand disqualified from the session. A little bit of contact there. That is Traw.
Ooh, that's not good for Traw. That is not good for Traw.
We got a little bit sideways there as we head through the S's now, and we'll have to wait and see. Looks like, other than that though, no huge dramas apart from that sideways moment from Traw there.
Yeah, everyone else got through the S sections okay. Traw just did the same thing like he did in qualifying. Lit on the back end decided to come up on this side. He managed to control it.
Absolutely. Well, the two soft tyre runners. Yeah.
It's annoying.
Ah, is anybody still here?
Yeah, you left the lobby.
Honestly.
I can hear you, but
yeah.
I left the lobby. But there's two position changes at the moment. So Maze and Poe. Maze is now. Nicely done. And the cotton squeezy. Obviously, because he's gone into the pits, no front wing, so that's going to compromise his strategy. Faster rather than having a little ding dong. So literally side by side. Oh, Alan's going to go down the inside into turn 1. Can he master it on the brakes? Oh, looks like Plaster's just hanged it around the outside for now. Yeah, there is some good decent battles going on.
Well, here I am back in this session. I might have to restart this stream. So there might be another part 2.
Quick.
Honestly, it wouldn't be a proper broadcast if something didn't go wrong.
Back straight. Oh, nicely done. Oh, and Blizzard's trying to sneak in, but no luck on that one. But yeah, the German Sav was at the moment. Ooh, T-Ball's getting back in, and like he's trying to go around the outside.